I said to Daddy, you can come and visit me tonight.
Yeah, but I never know.
Self, didn't
Well,
you?
because I don't know if that's
You're
a trick
taking
question.
testosterone tablets.
Yeah.
I said, come and see me.
Yeah, but what does that mean? Do you know what I mean? I need clarity. I need it to be clear why I'm going in the room, because
I went in.
am I going in there to be? Strangers in the night, exchanging glances, wondering. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've just tuned in,
I don't know that song.
What, Strangers in the Night? You have.
No.
What were the chances? Anyway, I'm singing that. Now, you may have thought that you just tuned into Capital Gold or, something of that ilk because of my dulcet tones. You're not.
No.
You are listening to Live and Let Dyer Bowens, which is a new podcast because obviously you'll know now that my Danny's married and she's taken.
I'm so taken.
So any geezers out there that feel like they can fucking sniff round her, you don't stand a fucking chance, unfortunately. You missed your fucking opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, although I am still available. Of course I ain't. Welcome to an emotional one because, your old daddy, your old granddad, whatever you want to call me.
You and your granddaddy.
I need to step away for a bit. So this is my last ep for a while, and we're going to be joined later on by my lovely wife. She wants to come in because obviously you loyal listeners have, she's been my understudy for a bit.
And people love a bit of Joe.
She claims, and do write in, even though I'm not about, that the listeners prefer her.
They do.
To
That's
me.
what they've said. We've had a lot of that.
Have you really?
Yeah.
So you are backing her.
No.
You are backing you.
Do you know what?
Okay, this is all good. This makes me feel better about stepping back from it.
People love you and people love Joe, and that is what we want.
Right, okay, but do they love us the same?
Oh, should we? Maybe we should put a little poll up.
Because she will bash me over the head with this at all opportunities that she's come in and stole it. No, I'm really proud of her, and I love you two being together, and the fact that the Dyer dynasty, which I started way back in 1993.
You did.
The idea of us being in the public eye, to us little mob out of a fucking council estate. Let's have it right. Didn't stand a chance in the world. What chance do you stand? Or any one of you living on a council estate at the moment, or the flats, whatever you want to call it, very working class environment. Danny was there for about 9 years, and then she sort of got out.
For 11 years.
Well,
11.
so she likes to claim that she's from the streets.
No, but I genuinely
she's
feel
a
like
ghetto
I am
gangster
from
bitch.
East London.
But
I don't say that.
What?
No, I don't. I know, like
you did when you went on Love Island.
my heart is will always be in East London.
Good, and I'm proud of that.
Yeah, me too.
So what I'm saying is that my humble beginnings is that I've created something, and I'm really proud of the fact that I gave a nepo baby whatever.
Yeah.
Is that you've used the platform and fucking cracked on and shown how brilliant you are.
Oh, Dad.
And your own fucking. Well, no, it's the truth, isn't it?
Thank you.
And I don't know that you've got some amazing things to come. Right? You're laughing at. Right? I know that you're still at the start of your journey in a way. Early days of you expressing yourself and using your platform wisely and all that sort of stuff, trying to juggle motherhood, and now your mother's sort of being rolled in as well and getting stopped in the street.
She is stopped in M&S.
I wanted to give a shout out to someone who came up to me actually today while I was at a cash point, and was it a cash point? Just punching in my pin, and she said, "Oh my God!" And I turned round. I did have a cap on and a pair of bins. I realised that disguises don't work for me.
Don't work. I think
because
they
of the
make
way
you
I
more
walk.
noticeable,
If anything, you know what a good. Just digressing quickly. What would be a good disguise for me is after I've took my wig off on Rivals, no one would ever recognise me. The state of me. Wig hair, what hair I've got left is not a fucking good look. So I'm thinking maybe I just walk about like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, she went, "Oh my God, I've just been listening to your podcast." So I didn't catch your name, and I was like, "Oh, what? Did you enjoy it?" And she went, "Oh my God, I love it." And I said, "Sorry to break the news to you, darling, but got to put it down for a bit." She went, "No, you can't." I said, "Well, I'm sorry, darling, but I've got other shit to do. I've got a lot on, and We just need to. I just personally need to put it down for a bit because I just can't juggle everything, and I start to go a bit insane.
You just start declaring your life to this lady.
No, I did. We had a lovely little chat. I will find out later if loads of money have been taken from my account, because that means she hadn't listened and she was just a con artist.
Yeah.
Hopefully she's not. But what a lovely woman, and the love coming from her.
That's so crazy.
There's been a few bods that do stop me just purely about. Oh, I pulled up at the lights, and someone had it on in their car while I was at the lights. How fucked is that?
So weird.
That's how big we are.
I feel like crazy. It's like crazy how the world works.
But sometimes big things need to be put down.
Yeah, he needs a bit of time.
So I need to just step. I just want to let you know this, so it ain't a shock to the system. You know that you know this old granddaddy needs to go off and do a couple of other things, and so therefore I'm just going to have to take a step back for a little while. And we're going to roll the lovely Juanita Contita Conchanta in later, just to say our goodbyes, because she's going to take the baton. So I just wanted to mark your card on that. And don't get me wrong, I am choked about all this. Honestly, no, I am.
Oh, let me just roll my eyes to the back of my head.
I've just had half an egg sandwich, which
lovely. Was it an egg?
I wanted to watch eggs.
Was it egg and cress?
It was egg mayonnaise, but I want to see eggs eat an egg sandwich, but. I don't know why.
You had an egg salad sandwich.
How you getting on, eggs in life?
Yeah, good.
Still in love? Everything in order?
Yeah. Moved into a new flat together.
Oh, see?
Love it.
And this is the money from the podcast. if you book yourself a nice Chesterfield settee, no doubt, yeah. One of those really expensive ones that you have in gentlemen's clubs, yeah. What is Eggs' missus' name, just out of interest?
Yeah.
Kitty.
Oh, short for Catherine, no doubt.
No.
Huh?
Just Kitty, straight Kitty.
It can't be just Kitty.
No messing around.
A straight Kitty.
Wow.
It's amazing, because my half sister is called Catherine but calls herself Kitty.
Yeah. So she's a fake Kitty.
Shout out to her and Sophia. I don't think I'm not mentioning the pair here. So she's a fake Kitty, yes,
Yeah.
but Eggs and Kitty. What?
Eggs and Kitty.
Imagine the children.
Whoa.
Ah. Honestly,
Half chicken.
congratulations
Yeah.
about that, and I do hope it all goes well. We are going to speak a little bit about, because we should, not too much, about Danny's honeymoon, because obviously I do want to know the details.
You wanted to come on the honeymoon.
Well, I
didn't
just,
you? I was waiting for your invite.
no, what it was is I wanted Jarrod to throw me around in a hotel room for 4 days, but what? That's the truth. Why not?
Oh,
Two straight
God.
men playing with each other. You know, getting a bit excitable, a little bit, getting a bit squiffy on champagne. You know,
God,
why not?
Squiffy.
A bit squiffy. You know, just two men. You know, just having fun.
You're just enjoying yourself.
A couple of lazy lob-ons. What? Now what?
You are disgusting.
Whatever but listen.
Lazy lob-on.
Yeah,
it just makes me think of that.
Yeah, but okay. So anyway, how was your honeymoon, Dan? Fucking hell, man.
That was lovely. We went to the Lake Como. It rained.
Went to the Lake Como.
Remember we went to the Lake Como when we did our.
I don't think you say
Italy.
I think Lake Como. Oh, I suppose you could say
The
the.
Lake Como. We went to the
but then
Lake
you'd say
Como.
the Lake of Como.
We went to the Lake
Right,
Como.
you went Lake Como, basically.
We went Lake Como.
Basically.
Yeah.
Okay,
we went
good,
Lake Como. And I said I'd love to come back here for my honeymoon. And we went back, but the weather was terrible. It rained for 3 days.
Right, but
But we was very lucky because it always stopped raining when we went for lunch and like for dinners and stuff. So we just could never sunbathe, and there's not really much to do there. Do you know what I mean? Like if imagine I went on holidays with the girls, you could go to Zara for the day or something.
Right.
So we just binged the whole series of Mobland.
Okay.
And I just would drink champagne and have loads of baths.
Oh, really? So, well, to be fair, you know, look, listen, if you could go, well, it's going to rain at some point, would you have rather had rain on your wedding day and then sunny?
Rain on my honeymoon.
Exactly.
But it was actually so nice to just have, because obviously I was like in such wedding blues. I was like, I can't believe it. It was so nice to just go away for a few days and just like have lay-ins and spend time together and just eat and just, do you know, it was just so nice. We was just so happy the whole time. Although the weather was terrible, it was just nice to just relax with one another.
But to be fair, you shouldn't really be getting out of bed a lot in your honeymoon, to be fair.
I know, it's like
because me and your mother ended up in Florence, and you know, we was appalling in Florence.
My God.
I mean, honestly, I look back on it and I think, fucking hell, how on earth did I manage to get into those sort of positions? You know,
oh, you're disgusting.
What do you mean disgusting? It was two people sharing their love.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you know, them days are long gone now.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm just saying, you know, Florence, I don't think it's ever been the same again since we left.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was so nice. So just the food out there in Italy is just incredible.
Yeah, it's fucking
and
amazing.
Italians dress so
right.
well. They're in like blazers in the
Oh,
morning.
let's have it right, mate.
The
when you have a little bowl of
food.
pasta to start,
Wow.
you know, it's like a starter, and they just give you
my
just
God.
enough, you know, with truffle on it and
my
shit, and you're
God.
like, oh, I'm in heaven.
Like
now.
the bread was just incredible. Like everything was just like the fish was so fresh. Like, even the pizza.
I'm
Just
assuming
the pizza was just incredible.
assuming Jarrod got involved, you know, because I know that he. Because going back to the wedding, I know we spoke about that. I bought some lardy dars, didn't I?
Yeah.
Because I bought myself some nice Monte Cristo. I gave one to Jarrod. And I immediately sort of thought, oh God, is he going to lose half a yard now on the fucking football pitch?
No,
and
he's
I
so
gave
healthy.
one to Dingle, Jarrod's dad,
Yeah.
and he took his lardy, and we sparked up our lardies. And he hated it, Jarrod, to be fair.
Yeah,
Which is not his
it's
game.
just not
is it?
his thing. He's
Puffing
so
away, but-
healthy. Like,
so I know he did,
on
but did he get involved
pre-season.
on the honeymoon? Did he eat? And
Yeah,
fucking-
he did eat, but we did a bit of swimming and stuff. Like we'd wake up and do a bit of swimming and that. He was going in the sauna. Like I forget when he's off football, he's like even cleaner with his
Why
eating.
is this?
Like, so we had a week. He was like, Dan, I've had a week. He obviously had a week and he was in Ibiza. Then the wedding, he drank loads. Like, nah, he's not he's not a drinker anyway, is he? Like, so like he was really, really, really healthy because like he's obsessed with the eating. Like my dinners are like 90% green at the minute. Very green, very healthy.
Doesn't like Chinese, does he?
Oh my God, I have to come round your house for Chinese. He says it's the what? Like he don't really like pastry and stuff. Do you know what I mean? He's like, pastry is one of the worst things you could eat.
Well, I suppose. Well, which is a bit.
I don't think I've ever seen Jarrod eat a
But
croissant.
we on this podcast love pastries
We
because
love pastries.
that's associated with Greg's.
And we love Greg's.
And we're all
shout
over
out to
it.
Greg's,
We're
everyone.
all over. Yeah, shout out to
for
Greg's.
sending me about 400. They sent me so many
Yeah.
sausage rolls.
Yeah, shout out to Greg's for not sending me fuck all.
Oh no, you was
I've had
away. I was going to drop you some sausage rolls.
Well, I'm sure there's a Greg's in fucking Bristol, isn't there?
We absolutely love a bit of Greg's. See,
Yeah.
I'm a pastry gal.
So we had a day. Dan lays down, didn't we, darling?
We did.
Lays down.
Open day.
I love Sheppy. Right? If any of you that don't know, me and Danny are in the process of running a caravan
We
site.
are.
What's it called, Dan?
We ain't got a name yet.
Sorry?
Caravan. What, of our show?
Not the show. What's our...
Oh, Nuts and Priory Hill.
That's right. Yeah, but
Nuts Farm and Priory Hill.
there you go. Well done. Because
I thought you
sometimes
meant the name of our show.
no, we don't know. We haven't got a name yet.
No.
You know, good luck trying to come up with a name. But we're
It was amazing.
We're trying our best to juggle everything else and
Run
create
caravan
a
park.
caravan site that's one of the best ones in the
Yeah.
country. So we're it's been hard. Now what we realise is we're at a point in our journey where we need to sell some caravans and some chalets, and we needed to do an open day.
Yeah.
So
I was nervous about that open day. I thought no one was going to come.
Well, the thing is that it's like Darren and Paul, they run
Jimmy.
it. Mark's obviously a massive part of it. Jimmy, family, they day to day, every day, fucking
And they
grafting.
listen to the pod.
I know they do.
listen to
Shout
the
out,
pod.
boys.
Shout
This is the
out,
last time you're
boys.
going to hear my voice, but shout out to you. We love you dearly, and I know how much hard work. So I had to do what I bring to the table, which is like go on shows and
Yeah.
promote it and go on the radio, and which is what we did to raise a bit of awareness and come down and try and sell some vans. Whether we should declare what happened or not, we
I
probably
don't know,
shouldn't.
We probably shouldn't. The public sky won't want that, so we're not going to declare what happened.
But what we
actually.
will say is that it went well. The
It
weather
went really well.
wanted to piss down on
And
us.
it didn't. It rained for a little bit. 10, 15.
The caravan gods were with us. Let's
They
just
were
say.
really, really
I want to
with
thank
us.
everyone that came down to that day.
Absolutely. Thank you, because honestly, some people travelled really far
Yeah,
and they made so much effort.
yeah, they did.
And do you know what it is? Everyone was in such high spirits. And I want to shout out to the lovely ladies as well that were putting their little afternoon tea party. It was just
Oh, shout out to
perfect.
Pat.
Shout out to Pat Shirley.
Yeah. Who done a little bit. I just think there was a lot of love that day,
There was.
and you'll have to wait for the show.
God, I was
to find
shattered
out.
when I got home.
Yeah, same.
I was shattered. I think I was asleep by 9:45 that night. I got in bed, up my feet, because I was on my feet all day long. Oh my God, you know when you cozy up and you think I'm going to drift off in about 10 seconds?
Yes.
And I drifted off into oblivion.
I suppose we could allude to really how the day pans out in a sense of you went to the site.
I went to the
You
site
started
early.
to
I helped
set
set
the day up, whereas I
Was on
went
a
and picked
coach.
up a coach load of Londoners.
Yeah, to bring them over.
Almost like I was a tour guide.
Yeah,
And brought them from the mighty London Stadium
Yeah.
to Laysdown,
Yeah.
and try to on the way give them an insight, give them some facts
Yeah.
about Laysdown
Because
and
I
the Isle
hadn't
of
seen
Sheppey.
you until the afternoon.
It was a long day for me as well.
Yeah.
Different kind of heavy lifting, but you know, on a coach full of strangers,
Yeah.
trying to keep them
Entertaining and that,
trying to
yeah,
keep them
'cause they're, like,
entertained. It
putting
will
their
make good
time
telly,
into it.
this, but
I think it
yeah,
will.
there's a little fact for you that Laysdown, the Isle of Sheppey, is a microclimate. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
So it
at
has its
all.
own weather system.
We had obviously Tolo and Janie.
Tolo and Janie
my aunt
turned
and
out.
uncle come down.
Uncle Tolo, Auntie
Lily
Janie,
Oscar,
Lily and Oscar came
Mama,
down.
Auntie Sunny. They all made the
Juanita
effort.
turned up with little
Mummy
digs.
they love it.
Sunny
down there.
came.
Yeah.
Looking all
What
lovely.
a lovely team we're working with, though, Dad. What a
Yeah,
shout
they
out
are.
to
No,
them
shout out to
because
all of you, actually.
They've just been.
Can you remember all their names,
absolutely-
Dan? I'm just going to put you on the spot now. Or...
Oh, yes, I can remember them
so,
all.
yeah,
So
yeah.
can you? Can you remember them all?
Well, I can
Yeah.
remember Josh.
Yeah, who Josh you like to wind up.
Yeah, like Josh, the
Computer
director.
says no.
Jordan, that's another one.
Claudia, the lovely Claudia.
Yeah, there is Ben.
Ben.
Yeah, that's another
Yeah.
producer. What I will say, on this Sky show, there's about 800 producers.
And they listen to our podcast as well.
Yeah, so they'll be excited, won't they? It's been, we're learning every day on that.
We are.
But I do think it's going to be an amazing show, and we really do want to change a few people's lives.
Absolutely.
And whoever has got a caravan or a chalet down there, if you haven't, do go and inquire, because there are some empty plots. Chalets are less expensive than caravans, but you know, we'd love to see you down there.
Absolutely.
Go and inquire. I can't remember what the email is, but just punch in Nuts Farm Priory Hill, and there will be an email address for you to go down there, have a little pipe, have a little mooch about, and enjoy yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want this to feel like a wake, or you know, that we've been to a funeral or anything like that, but this, for some people, will be a sad segment. It's a way of first of all, we've been joined by, and this is a weird one for me, we've been joined by my lovely wife. We've never done the free ball.
We haven't.
You know, this is you know, Jo likes to fill in for me. She does like to remind me that she's more popular than me on
She
the
does.
podcast, which is you know, she's got a lot of fans
Got
now.
another couple of
And
fans.
it's weird for me for some reason, you know, having you here, because
Yeah, she's always been hid, isn't
yeah, because I'm
she?
sort of
Yeah.
scared of her. And, you know, she's a real force in my life. But how are you, Juana? Actually,
Yeah,
that's
beautiful.
you've joined us.
I've
because-
gate crashed actually, haven't I?
No, you haven't gate crashed. You're doing a wonderful thing today, aren't you? Because
Yeah.
you're taking
My lovely Evie.
Evie
is
Trez,
there.
who family. Really?
An
Yeah.
amazing DJ.
20 years of age. Go and follow her, actually. Evie Trez. What a DJ. You're taking her out
yeah.
for a nice bit of
Yeah.
breakfast.
The 20th birthday today.
Yeah.
Late breakfast, by the way.
Late,
brunch.
but it's a brunch. I would say it's more lunch by the time you sit down and order it.
So really, on your sort of doing your really sort of kind thing that you're doing, you've popped your nut in here.
Yeah.
How do you feel about being here as a free ball?
I prefer it when it's just me and Dan.
Yeah, I thought you was going to say that, yeah.
You know that I was going to say that.
You go early.
But I
with the
think
hatred.
it is quite important that people know that sometimes we get on and we talk
Right,
nice and we have a little dance.
That was
and we can
grinding
flirt.
today together. What song was it to?
We were sort of having a grind to low, 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 low. I don't know why.
Yeah,
we
why
doing
was it that
this.
song?
And,
Yeah, and you was behind her and
well,
you was
because-
doing that.
Basically,
Like, going all that out up to me.
basically, yeah, for the listeners, that we was going low, and we got quite low for two people pushing 50.
Yeah, you did go low.
While Danny was sort of
Straightening my
her-
hair, yeah.
She turned up today as a frizz ball. Didn't
Yeah,
you,
I
baby?
did. I didn't have time to straighten it, so I was straightening it. Yours,
Yeah.
Mummy's always got the
why?
straighteners out.
So why you were straightening your hair? Your mum and
Yous
dad
were
was in the
grinding,
background,
grinding.
going low, low,
Low,
low.
low.
Why are you in such a good mood today? Wanda?
Because the sun's out.
The sun's out, and it always makes a difference with you, doesn't
Yeah,
it? Don't
and
it?
it's my little darling's birthday.
Yeah, they're going for a nice champagne brunch. Oh, I'm jealous.
So if you can imagine that Joe's only happy when the sun's out,
Yeah.
and we live
Yeah.
in the UK.
because she's half Spanish.
So for most of the time,
She
she's
is miserable.
fuming.
Yeah.
Am I ever miserable, Ben?
No, listen,
I
we're
am
women. We go
never
through so
miserable.
many hormones. We've probably only got 1 week in the month where we feel like ourselves.
Yeah, no,
Because
of
we have a
course,
week
yeah,
of period
yeah.
the week before our period.
Right,
And then we
okay.
have a week where we're on our period.
Right.
And then we have the week where we feel amazing.
Right, okay.
All right, so
as men, we have to sort of suffer this. sort of
yeah,
dialogue,
yeah. Men don't get it. They
Yeah,
don't have to go through the
no, God,
hormonal
no,
changes we go
Because
through.
all men are bastards, ladies and gentlemen. That's why they don't understand none of this dialogue. No, we're very considerate considerate man in that sense.
To be fair, you are a considerate man.
A very considerate man, a sensitive soul.
You are.
And I'll mention it one more time. A BAFTA winning.
He's a BAFTA winning.
So, and that's the last time. Anyway, I'm going to mention it because really, this is a sign off from me, which does bring a slight sort of tear to my eye because we need to put this podcast down for a bit. I do anyway, and I know I've sort of not been around, and I've had to just sort of come back and do a couple of eps, but I can't possibly do it anymore.
Well, you can't do everything, can you?
No, especially.
He's a busy little man at the minute playing Fred.
No, and I'm running around, obviously, as I've been discussing, as you've heard.
Yeah.
And it's been really quite... I like to commit to my projects, as you'll hear. You loving it?
So method, isn't it? Yeah.
No, I do. And so Rivals is taking all of my attention. And I need to really commit to it and, be in Bristol, be present, be engaging in it, and not fucking about and coming back to London and coming to Trafalgar Square.
You just don't like the Central Line.
Leicester Square. Just want to make it clear, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want you to stress. Okay, so I'm gonna I've got to put the handbrake on for a little while, but for the next 3 weeks or so, up till August, these two lovely women, and they are lovely, will be carrying on for a bit. And then we're going to all give it a bit of a rest because we have to until autumn. We'll be back. Go and have your summer. Go and enjoy yourself. Go to festivals. Go and fucking get at it. And then we'll be back when it starts to turn a bit nippy again. The perfect time to hear our wonderful voices again. And do you know what? I just can't wait to get somewhere out of the way to get back on the podcast.
You ain't got to come back though, that's the thing.
It's just the thing about you, you don't want me to come back. You always, when I say I'll be home the weekend...
No, you ain't got to come home, not this weekend.
How do you feel about taking on the, the mantle? Is that the word? For a bit, just for a couple?
Yeah, I'm always taking everything on.
She's
So
so
you
dry.
start-
She's such
You
a
start a project.
And I've been listening to your sort
You
of...
start a project,
right.
then you start another project,
Yeah.
and then you're like, you got to get involved with this project.
You've actually
Yeah.
always said that you do all the hard work and then I'll come in and cut the ribbon.
Yeah, cut the cold.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're agreeing with this, yeah? Oh, I see.
No, that's what we say.
There's a lot of femininity going on in this
No.
fucking room at the moment.
Do you know
A lot of
what-
estrogen.
A lot of estrogen.
No,
You've been
some-
taking in testosterone.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Well, no, I did. I did buy myself a tub of testosterone. Right, because algorithms, right? So obviously, I've been talking about my tits, and so your phone listens, and I thought, I'll have a bit of that. And it was mainly because it gives you testosterone, which gives you less estrogen, which means my tits should go down. Anyway, I tried to swallow one of these fucking pills. Oh my god. And they're not like me cod liver oil ones, which slide down lovely.
Yeah,
They've
they
got a
do.
nice coating on them. These fuckers, this fucking pill got stuck in my throat. I could feel it sitting there.
Yeah, but you gag
It
on
wouldn't
pills.
go down. I was
With
slugging water.
testosterone.
So my estrogen rejected my testosterone pill. It gagged it up. It hit the wall and stuck to the wall.
Wow.
So anyway, I won't be taking any more testosterone. I don't need it in my life.
Oh, that's tickled me, that has, because you really gag on pills.
Only
It's so
these
funny. You're
particular
such
pills.
an ick. No, I've been to yours before, and then I've seen you gagging over the sink on a
Yeah,
pill. I'm
look,
like, what's
told
the
ya.
matter with you?
Because the pills, they stick to your fucking throat.
You're not good at swallowing pills. You are a bit gaggy around them.
Right, and does that make me less of a man?
no,
or-
it doesn't.
The estrogen in
Stop.
this fucking room.
You know what it is? He's a bit insecure. at the
Oh,
moment.
he's always been
Right,
insecure.
let's
Fred's
explain it.
come
What-
back. He's all insecure.
Yeah, Fred Medford, man. Fred. Go
Yeah,
on.
but Freddy's insecure,
Kind.
and then when you play Lee, you're more
Yeah.
miserable when
Kind
you play Lee.
Fred, though, isn't he, when he comes back?
He is lovely, Fred.
Yeah.
Spends loads of money.
Comes back to, and anyone who's watched Rivals, he comes back to his vow. You're sort of my vow,
Am
aren't
I?
you? Or he's fat shaming me.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
can't go near you sexually. That sort of stuff. God forbid. We did go low earlier.
Yeah,
So.
we'll just go to Dubai again.
No, but do you know what happened? Obviously, he's in Santi's room at the moment.
Yeah.
Cause
I don't know why we keep calling it Santi's room, because Santi hates that room.
He sleeps with you when he
He
stays
doesn't
round.
like the attic.
He only sleeps with you.
well, I'll get another extension put on the house then.
Yeah, sounds like a wonderful idea.
Um,
Just after the wedding and everything.
Daddy was in Santi's bed last night.
Yeah.
Then we got the bathroom, and then I was in the other bedroom across the other side.
Yeah.
And I said to Daddy, you can come and visit me tonight.
Yeah, but I never know.
Shit yourself, didn't you?
Well, because I don't know if that's
You're
a trick
taking
question.
testosterone tablets.
Yeah.
I said, come and see me.
Yeah, but what does that mean? Do you know what I mean? I need clarity. I need it to be clear why I'm going in the room because
I went in.
am I going in there to be bollocked or?
I went in. So I was gonna smack you for being a naughty
Right.
boy.
Okay. This has took a mad turn, ladies and
Do
gentlemen.
you know why?
But do
I
keep
went
talking.
in Santi's bedroom.
Yeah. Look at Danny just shrinking in her seat.
Do you know
there.
what he'd done?
What had I done?
There was a twirl and a biscuit on the floor.
No, I'll tell
yeah,
you why you're
yeah.
lying. Because I ate
He'd
the lot.
left a twirl.
It wasn't a 12, by the way.
No
love a
chocolate box.
What do you call a shit?
Do you know what it was?
A shit
It was a
ripple.
dual boost.
Oh, they're horrible.
Really?
No, you call a
boost?
12 a shit ripple.
It's a shit ripple. So it wasn't a 12. I wouldn't go nowhere
Well,
near it.
whatever it
I
was.
love a 12.
And
Do you know what? I might get a 12 later.
I did nick.
Get a twirl.
I love a 12. They're better than ripples.
You're fucking mad.
I'm sorry. I'm so much
This
better
isn't a
than
good
a
way to
ripple.
end it, or is it? By
I'm absolutely
bigging
more
up
of a.
fucking 12.
I'm more of a 12 girl than a ripple girl.
Wow, it says
Yeah,
a lot about you. Actually.
absolutely.
Yeah, but that might have something to do with your OCD.
What do you mean?
Because when you have a ripple,
It goes everywhere. It really
No,
gets.
that's a flake.
a
Now we get
flake.
confused with
Yeah.
I
flakes.
can't
Flake.
stand flakes.
No, I don't mind a
Oh,
flake.
if Santi wants a flake, he has to have it in a bowl.
What about
that's
his ice cream? What about if he has it in his ice cream?
Yeah, well, yesterday we had ice cream and a flake. Oh, he loved it. That's another
It sent you
story.
badly, that just
He really
the fault of it
did.
sent you,
Yeah.
hasn't it?
If he's walking along eating it, but I don't like crumbs, so no. I'd rather a
And
12.
then, yeah. So going back to you.
Yep. Oh. Come on, go back to me.
Well, I went in your little guest room last night. This
Yes.
morning.
Right.
Absolutely embarrassing.
What was it?
All your clothes was all over the
Ah.
floor.
I just want to put a bit of context to this, ladies and gentlemen, as well. If we're going into this, so I've been away a lot, grafting, sleeping in sort of, weird
You've been
locations,
sleeping in a
don't quite know,
penthouse.
ever since the wedding, running around, just carrying bags, packing the wrong
He's
shit,
been sleeping in
trying
a
to
penthouse,
not
everyone.
a penthouse, trying to juggle so much shit. Anyway, when you come home finally to your nest, your palace, you want your bedroom back. My bedroom, because I'm having an ensuite bathroom put in, which by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you remember, this was started before we went to Dubai. That's a fucking long time ago. Anyway, I walk into this fucking room. There's fucking shit everywhere. There's buckets. There's this cutter thing that cuts tiles, right? Just I've caught me toe on it as I've walked in. So I've got there's dust sheets everywhere. So all of a sudden I'm a fucking nomad.
Yeah, no, I don't
Right, so
that.
I've got no home, no base. Right now, we don't sleep together, as you know. We've got the luxury of sleeping in separate rooms because
you
obviously
snore.
I roar, I chuck out Zeds. I know that, sleep apnea
You're
and all that. Right?
noisy.
Right, yeah.
We-
And,
He has to sleep with his telly
yeah,
on.
and you're listening to the
TV.
Buckleys, weirdly, the traitor that you are, your podcast,
I
right?
love the
And
Buckleys.
so you've got your sleeping pattern, I've got mine. But to come home after a 3-hour drive from Bristol and walk into that fucking
Yeah.
disaster of a room,
Do you know what I find really
stinks of
funny?
cement, right? So anyway, I'm in that room, right?
I thought it was quite cute last night.
Well, you've just dug me out for having a fucking 12, which I never
Yeah,
even had.
no. When I tucked you in bed, like off
Did
you
you tuck
go.
me in bed when I was asleep?
Well, mentally I did.
No, I appreciate that. That'll do me.
Oh, you were in
I
Santi's
left-
bed.
yeah.
His little tootsie's hanging out the
It's quite short
quill.
for
He's
me,
lying
by
in
the
a
way.
bed.
The trotters do hang over
He
the
had,
I feel like the fucking BFG in that bed.
what is what's his bedspread? Monster truck.
Monster
Daddy
truck.
slept in a monster truck
It's my
bedspread.
life at the moment. Yeah.
A BAFTA winner in a monster
Monster
truck
truck.
bed.
Keeping it real, ladies and gentlemen.
What was even funnier?
Ah.
What else now you're going to fucking declare? By the way, this will be the last time that we bring Joe on, ladies and gentlemen.
What was
because,
even
go
funnier?
on.
Because in the cinema room where you made your other bed,
yeah, this was the other bedroom that I had to create for myself. It wasn't quite working out for me in there,
is
but go on.
Grimmy's bedspread. So a big shout out to Grimmy.
Oh,
Oh, well,
Grim
apparently,
Shaw.
yeah. So anyway, shout out to Dana who turned up today with 2 working class orphans on leads, sort of walking them like dogs today. I don't know what she was doing with them. She gifted Joe, Juanita Contita Cantanta,
Juanita.
a quilt, right, which she brought home. And apparently it's Nick Grimshaw's quilt. So I've been sleeping in Nick Grimshaw's quilt, which I very much appreciate. He's a lovely
You
geezer.
like that quilt.
Well, you know,
It was
I came
lovely.
home-
It looked really expensive.
Oh, I think it was worth it. Well, if it
Yeah.
comes from Dana, then obviously, you know,
It's not from Next.
it's made from you know, some sort of
Egyptian
weird
cotton.
sort of I don't know, virginal silk. I don't know, something that you know, I don't know. But anyway, I appreciate that, Nick. Even though you probably don't know fuck all about this, that your manager is giving away all of your free gifts to me. Anything else you want to dig me out about, or
No,
before I sign off?
no.
You know, potentially for the final time. You know, never know what's going to happen.
Oh, God.
Well, you never know. Thank you very much.
You've been a joy.
Muchas gracias. Hasta luego.
Cerveza.
Better. Well, I've got to go because I'm taking my little darling for breakfast.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
enjoy your lovely
Again,
breakfast.
do follow Evie Trez.
Yeah, she's amazing. What a DJ
It's her
she is.
birthday today. That's what is so important.
What a DJ.
Go
Need
and
to
have,
hire her.
yeah, go and have a
Yeah.
lovely bit of bacon.
Bit of bacon. Well,
Whatever
no,
she
no,
wants. What do you
it's-
want for breakfast?
It's more brunch now, I'm
Brunch.
thinking.
Evie's sitting in front of us, by the way.
Oh, I'd
She's
love a
up for-
Bellini.
She probably can't wait to get out of this.
I don't know
fucking
why. I'm just
No, she
craving
wants to see how it goes.
alcohol.
don't you?
I don't know if that's a good sign.
You're craving a bit of alcohol.
I just want like a ice cold beverage.
Yeah,
Like
no,
last
I'm
night I
with
had a
you, darling.
random
So,
beer.
okay, well, do
like-
you know what? That's a perfect way to wrap this up.
yeah, right.
because
Let's go and get a nice
Right,
beer
I just
then.
want to say it's very important. This we do
Yeah.
it all the time. Now I want us to be in sync. Okay, all three of us are going to say them
Oh yeah.
that word right because it's important that people hear it.
Yeah.
And I just want to say this for the last time for a bit
Can I say it?
because
Can I say it?
probably best not because you know, when you say it you got to mean it. I want you all again to just remember, because I know you're not going to hear these words for a while. You probably are going to hear them off of other people, but from us, that you're a very special people, and the people that support us are incredibly loyal to us. But you must understand and really just try and ingrain it. Just try and ingrain it into your brain today. Yeah. Never let it slip your mind. Always keep it ingrained. Okay? Walk with this. Jog with it. You're loved.
Love,
you fucked
love,
it.
loved.
Oh, you went free loved.
Yeah.
She wanted to do it
Let's
her
do it
own
again
way.
so we're in sync, just so that the people listening, because some people will be having a shit day. You ready?
Yeah,
And don't do free loves,
ready.
because that's all sort of over.
I
again.
like to say love.
Right, ready?
love,
On the
love.
count of 1, 3,
No,
2,
not on
1,
the count
then
of one.
say
Never
it.
works on one.
Right, so 3,
So
2,
listen,
1, you're
everyone.
loved.
No, right, okay, ready?
Start it
Everyone,
again.
no, I'll do it again. Everyone, listen to me. Stop what you're fucking doing. You might be washing up. You might be fucking hoovering. You know, driving probably on your way to work or on your way home. You're loved. Now, why haven't you done it?
What, so why is it? You need to put your finger up like
Yeah.
that. Let's just do your love now. 1,
Right, okay,
2,
okay.
3.
So, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen-
love. Right, this ain't gonna work.
No, it will work now. But I'll
Ready?
put my
Like,
finger up
ready?
there. I'll put my finger
Yeah.
up there. Sorry, we need more masculine men in here. That's what it is, because they can sort of read the room. Sorry, but I've just had this like estrogen thrown at me. So anyway, right. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, we mean this as well. It comes from the bottom of our heart. This does. We mean it. Okay. So
You're loved.
Loved.
I can't believe how tricky you made that.
Oh, that's not very nice, is it?